not to be used. That's the subtitle.
Shout out to Girlfriend Talk. That
Loss
was real.
Yeah, they was
They kept it 100.
Girlfriend Talk kept it 100. And while they was keeping it 100, we had, we tried to do audio comment. I mean, not audio comments, but we do Facebook comments, but audience comments too.
Yes,
it was a whole bunch.
Yeah, and we had one audience participant that took over the last part of the show. She is, She is Shavonda with a V. So let's go ahead and bring her up. I wish I had the hand clap or something like that.
Over there.
Yeah, you don't want. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We don't have no insurance.
Yes. I
got that little reach.
There you go. We're insuranceless. So.
Hey.
All right, this is Shavonda with a V. What's happening, lady?
Hello,
What I need to be looking at?
You're looking at that camera right there.
Right here?
Yeah, that camera right there. There you go.
Ooh, let me get my
Move the
hair
little
right.
camera a little bit.
Bring some apple juice on stage.
Right.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No, that's fine. That apple juice is fine.
Oh,
I have no problem with that.
That apple juice is fine. Ain't nobody worried about your apple juice.
I've been doing a lot of speaking, and so
You got there's a mic we have too that
this
can
apple
use.
cider little ordeal.
Right. There's a mic you can use too.
Oh, I'm so loud, baby.
Yeah,
I think I don't need a microphone, baby.
No, I can turn you down.
Built-in mic.
I can turn you down.
Oh, okay. There we go. The acoustic is off the chain.
I can even mute you.
Brick House Lounge.
Yes.
Shout out to Brick House.
Yes.
Okay, there we
go.
go.
I can mute you. Yeah. See, just in case you get a little loud, I'll just mute you.
Oh, please
Oh my goodness.
I got
because the echo, I get crunk and I get.
I got
loud.
the controls over here. You good?
Oh, there we go. All right.
You good. Okay, so tell us about yourself.
All right, so my name is Shavonda with a V. That's me. You probably heard me on K104, 105.7. I co-host on the Hollywood Hernandez and Cruz show on I Am Royalty Radio. I am a comedian, a motivational speaker, a homegirl. I got my shirts going, baby. You know what I'm saying, for the Lolo. And I'm just I'm happy to be here. I am climbing. Oh, I act too. Guess what? You can catch me on Queen of the South. Season 3, episode 5 for about 3 seconds. I was on there, y'all. You can't miss me. Look for the her.
So we actually have two actors on the stage.
Yes, two.
I was in Prison Break.
Really?
Oh no, they make that 3.
He got 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
he was in.
I was in Good Guys.
Good Guys.
Really? And let me tell y'all something, baby. I did not even know I had even made the TV part. Let me tell you something. So,
because they film in Dallas.
Yeah, they film in Dallas. I didn't even know I even made it. So this man was coaching me, who I was walking with, because they had 2 people on different sides, and he just showed me what to do. He was like, "Don't do too much," you know what I'm saying, and just do some hand motions. So this girl inboxed me. She said, "Was you on Queen of the South?" I said, "Girl, how you know?" She said, "I saw you." I'm like, "Shut up." And so, oh my God, y'all, I was super crunk. I was crying and I was laughing at the same time. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. Baby, to see yourself on TV.
I know.
On for real TV?
Did they pay you though? That's what I want to know.
Baby, get what? They ain't
give you a check.
Well, you know what? I did get
I got paid.
I got some money for showing up.
I know you did.
Yeah.
But I ain't get no, you know what I'm saying, like no credits or nothing like that. But let me tell you something. Baby, to see me was priceless, baby.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For somebody else to see me
You
and tell
set
me
up
they
your
saw
IDMB
me
and everything.
was priceless. So yeah,
Set you up your movie database.
It's awesome.
All right. And tell us what high school you came out of.
I came out of South Oak Cliff.
I wanted you to say that.
You sit next to the man right there.
I wanted you to say that.
Yes.
Fella Golden Bear.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Bear love. We
Wait,
get a bear
we didn't get no
hug
love,
over
did we?
here.
I didn't go to Oak Cliff.
Where y'all come out of?
John Marshall Bear.
Who?
Exactly.
What is that? That must be in East Texas or something.
Oklahoma.
No, that's Oklahoma.
Oh, I knew it was somewhere country.
It's a bear though. It might not be golden.
Oklahoma's where all the bad weather started, man. Y'all, all the stuff started
I've been
up
out of
there.
Oklahoma for so long. I
So
probably
you
can't
don't
even claim
Same
it
here,
anymore.
same here.
Really? Yeah, it seems like everything started up there and then it come down
You know,
here.
it don't make it all the way
No,
here.
because it stops at
stops at
6:35 and then go back up.
Yeah, well,
Is
yeah.
that what it is?
That's why them bad accidents.
Yeah, I know,
All
right?
right, let's get into it. She's gonna grace us with her presence as we talk on
You
sports.
talking sports with us?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
talking sports. Let's get it.
All
Let's
right.
talk about. We got 2 more segments here. We got the All-Star Weekend winners and losers.
Yeah, that was a fun weekend.
Wait. Don't we have one more 4 quarters?
Yes, we do.
That we need to finish?
One more 4 quarters. No, what's the?
Come back with it.
Oh,
Test the mic.
Testing,
there you go.
testing. Yeah, there we go.
I muted the wrong person.
the wrong person.
All right, go ahead.
So
The last, let's do the last 4 quarters. The fourth quarter.
You want to do that now or before the show ends?
No, let's do it now.
Okay. All right. So I mentioned in the fourth quarter that Kyrie Irving, on his respect for WNBA players, he was quoted as saying, "Women run the world. That's the truth about it. Whether men want to admit it or not, women run the world." The question is,
you're here, Shavonda with a V.
Yes, thank you. I got you, sister. I got you.
the question is he telling the truth? Starting with Shelly.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say. You already know.
Lay it on the
Who
table.
run the world?
Girl.
Who run the world?
Hey, baby. I ain't like
I
that.
got some help.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, I may ask you.
Right.
I may ask you.
Why?
Thank you. Why do you think? Well, now, based upon this concept, the concept is this is his comment on his respect for WNBA players.
Mm-hmm.
Women run the world. That's the truth. Whether men want to admit or not, women run the world. That's his comment
What
in
does that have
respect
to
to
do
WNBA
with
players.
WNBA.
But
Right.
respect to the WNBA, not outside of that, is what you're saying.
So just
Just-
in the WNBA, women run that world.
Is this going back?
We
Is this
run
going back-
WNBA.
Come on.
Well, is this going back
Y'all ain't
to the
running it?
debate that's been going on? A lot of WNBA players have been complaining that they feel like they should make the same amount of money as the NBA players. So I'm wondering if his comment comes from that debate that's been going on.
Well, I think there are a lot of NBA players who feel like the women should be getting the same, maybe not the same pay as them, but more than what they're getting.
Okay.
The
here we
WNBA
go.
has been around for 20 years.
Let me
over 20 years.
Let me kind
Hold
of
up, brother. I'm talking.
Oh, I mean, you gotta let it finish.
I'm
Said
just saying,
say
the
steam my horse.
women have been doing this for over 20 years and they are overlooked. You know, where the men are getting all the marketing, everything's being poured at the sponsorships. You see probably who is it? Skylar, and what's the other girl from Phoenix? The one that was with Gloria
Brittany
Johnson.
Griner.
Oh, Brenda Griner.
Griner. You may see them getting some sponsorships. The other girls are just kind of sitting there like, where my stuff at? There's no
Candace
offers
Parker
out
getting
there.
some
Candace
money.
Parker getting the money
Well,
too.
I mean, okay, but I'm
But I
just
get what you're
saying
saying.
there's only a few women in WNBA who have gotten those types of offers to get sponsorships. And I mean, because that's really, if you look at it,
That's where
the money is in
Right.
the endorsements.
Right.
So when you don't have people getting the endorsement, because we actually worked with
Odyssey.
Odyssey, trying to get her endorsements and stuff. It was hard. No one wants to give money to the women, even though they're playing just as hard in their positions.
Let's talk.
And the women
Excuse me.
Get it.
Let
And the
her
women are
finish.
just as talented.
And they're
Let her
just as
finish.
talented.
Mhm.
You know, they're roughing up their bodies just as much as the men are, if not worse. I mean, we got some extra parts that we got to protect out
Yeah.
there. You know, and they bring in the game. They bring in it. When you go and watch them, they are bringing the game. They're a game.
Oh, I know.
And
I go to a
so
lot of
to
Wings
me,
games.
yeah,
I support the women.
Right.
Thank you.
I do too.
And I think, like I said, a bunch of NBA players do support them, but the outside world, I don't think the marketing is there for them like they're supposed to be or there should be. And I think if they poured into the WNBA the way they pour into the NBA, it would be a different story.
Let me put this in proper perspective, if I could. You want to take this? or you want
Nope.
me-
You go ahead,
Let me
sir.
put this in proper
He
perspective.
gonna
if
put
I
his
could.
foot in his mouth.
I
No,
know.
no, no,
so I'm
no.
gonna let him do it.
No. Let me put this in proper perspective. Okay. We're talking about a business. Okay. The
Exactly.
The WNBA is a business.
Exactly.
Within that business, they have people that run their marketing. They have people that run all aspects of their business. So why they're not getting the response, the respect, and all other good stuff that they feel like they should be getting after 20 years of being in business, you know,
You tell me.
Well, you have
Why
to,
is that?
Well, you have to talk to those that are running that business.
Mhm.
You know, and if those
Men.
no, it's men and women that are running that business. And if those that are running, look at the owners that are running that business. If they're not running that business the way they should run that business, then you can't say, look, none of the endorsements are coming, because guess what? Within that business, you have managers. all women have agents. They have people that manage their business. They have people that manage their finances and everything. And if those managers are not doing their job to be able to create the wherewithal for that person, then guess what? You fire those managers. You don't sit there and put a blanket statement and say, we need to get the same thing as y'all getting, even though our people are not working as hard as y'all people. The NBA's job is not to pump up the WNBA.
It's not about that. I think it's already prejudged, and if you look at the crowd, look at the crowd, the people that show up for the women's game,
the stadiums that they put them in.
It's not.
It's half full. These women play again just as hard.
But isn't it the marketing of the WNBA to be able to market these women? And then
look at the stadium they put them in. When the Dallas Wings came here, where did they go?
Arlington.
UT Arlington.
They don't make it
that
important
seats
at all.
9,000 people.
But who's gonna pay for the stadium?
Why can't they play at American Airlines just like the
NBA?
Okay,
number one.
Why can't they play where they play?
It's gonna look like three. It's gonna look like three people in that stadium.
How do you know that if you don't give them an opportunity?
Because this one I have to agree with him on. If you can't fill up UTA, how are you filling up American Airlines?
Right.
First, you got to prove to sponsors, and you have to prove to the people you're wanting to invest in you that you can fill this stadium up.
Did the NBA have to prove before they went to the American Airlines Center?
No, they was already proven
because
they filled up Reunion Arena.
Exactly.
Let's look
That's just the facts.
Yeah, let's look at the start of the WNBA.
Serena Williams fills up Wimbledon.
Exactly, and there's no gender thing. Let's look at the start of the NBA. They wasn't filling up jack. The start of the NFL wasn't filling up jack. It took 30, 40, 50 years for even people to recognize, wait, the NFL is a commodity. The NFL started in 1929. In 1960, they still wasn't filling up stadiums. It took a long time for them to say, oh, you know what? This is a commodity. At one point, it was baseball. Baseball was filling up everything. Now, baseball can't even halfway fill up a stadium because it talks about the commodity and the product you put on the field. Now, not to say that the product is bad. The product is great for the WNBA. But who's marketing that product to where we can fill up these stadiums? You don't hear anything. You don't hear about
NBA.
No. But the WNBA is
not sharing the load when it comes to marketing.
But the NBA does not own the WNBA. The WNBA owns themselves.
It's its own entity.
It's its own entity. So you look at those.
Well, we know that.
Yeah, you got to look at those the powers that be within that process and say, okay, how come we guys are not being marketed the way the NBA can be marketed? How come you guys? When was the last time you seen a WNBA commercial?
That's what I'm saying. I thought
right
really
before
truly,
the season starts.
Right before.
I thought they were.
Nope.
I thought the NBA and and I just
separate.
feel like that they put.
It's a separate entity.
Because it's the same way with women's football. Remember, we had people on here from women's football. They don't get the same sponsorship, endorsements.
But it's not the fault of the It's not the fault of the NBA that's not giving them that.
But the women's football that hasn't been going on very long.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah,
that's.
But I'm just saying they're starting out.
No, they got so many different leagues.
It's real contact.
They got a lingerie league.
Wow.
See?
It's not a lingerie league.
No, they do have a lingerie league.
I know they do, but I'm talking about the professional women's football.
Right. Anyway, what I'm saying is the professional women's football.
Where is it being played at?
We have our own team out in
they're out in
Forney. Never been to a game.
No, not Forney, but where are they out in Allen or something like that, way out.
Okay.
Kenny Allen or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Texas
we
League.
had them on the show. Professional football. Yeah. Women's football.
But it's not
the lingerie league.
So to dispel the myth, it's not the NBA's responsibility to promote the WNBA. That's two totally different entities. So if that's why I said the brass of the WNBA, those that are in marketing, their departments, they are responsible for promoting their product.
Brand.
Yeah, their brand.
They need $1 million investor, a $1 million owner. Somebody has some big boy money to put into it and invest in it and see if they can make some money back. Because it comes down to that too. I'll put money into it, but if I'm not getting any money back,
so
return on your investment.
Right.
And not to mention, I think we heard last year from the voice of Skylar Diggins and Liz Cambage, where Cambage has strongly suggested she might not even come back to the WNBA because of pay. And
Well, they make more money overseas.
Yep,
that's true.
Yeah, they do.
And Skylar Diggins,
which is sad.
But I was just gonna say that's sad. You have to go overseas to.
Well, they love basketball a lot out there. Basketball here is not loved as much as is in other countries.
Is it because it's boring over there and there's nothing happening that's exciting, and that's the most exciting thing?
Well, no, because soccer
they get paid in Turkey. Where's the other places they've been? To China.
Yeah, soccer is king over there.
Australia.
I remember
Europe and Germany and all those places pay them like buku money.
Yeah, soccer is king over there. But to your point, though, you have soccer, you have other sports, but basketball, even with men's basketball, they get paid over there too. Not as much as they do in the NBA, but you have to look at the lay of the land in America. The quote unquote sport of sports right now is football. So then if you want to go down the best sports, you got NFL. Then you have NBA and baseball, maybe running 1 and 2. Then you have hockey. So you have those 4 you got to try to beat out. And then there's not to mention tennis. That's not to mention golf. You got all these other sports that the WNBA has to come up against. And then we want to talk about football. Heck, the AAF is not even they can't even make payroll right now.
So do they just go overseas and stay relevant? Because I always hear about people who don't make it or who didn't get another contract or whatever, end up going overseas and then coming back. And I remember the girl on Love and Basketball. She ended up going overseas, going to going to France and stuff.
Right.
Movies don't count.
Why was I thinking you were gonna say that?
Well, when they were building up the quarters of that movie, they didn't have a WNBA.
They sure did. Yeah.
When they did, she came back to the US.
She came back.
For that movie, but that's
movies don't count unless we're talking movies.
Okay.
So going back to
that was
Martez's,
not a true story.
Going back to Martez's comment about what Kyrie might be alluding to, and then when you think about Skylar Diggins and what she voiced about last year, to where the base salary of the WNBA caps out to only $115,000. She brought up Harrison Barnes, who didn't even make the All-Star squad, but got paid $24 million compared to her, who she made All-Pro. And she didn't make no more than $115,000, let alone.
I think her first 2 or 3 years she made like $30,000. I know that was.
Let alone
Mark Cuban's not her owner.
Exactly.
Well, I know that. I understand that.
She was comparing even the fact that the last bench player on the Mavericks made more than she do.
Still,
wow.
And then she also stated that the treatment they get from paid travel, treatment, and media attention is so different than the way LeBron James and Anthony Davis get treatment. So basically she's saying, quote unquote, excuse my French, I hustle my ass off on the court and this is what I get.
So here's what you do.
Okay, go ahead.
You go to your owners.
Those women they put so much damage to their
bodies.
But
here's what you do. You can't go to Mark Cuban and say, pay me.
Right.
Because I don't own you. I ain't got
nothing
to do with you.
That's
You can't go to nobody in the NBA and say, hey, pay me. No. You go to your owner and you say, do a strike.
Go on strike.
That's NFL exactly has strike many a times to get their pay raised. I mean, you got it. We got to get out of this mindset. I'm gonna go somewhere else to fix a problem that's right here in front of me.
But you know what? Normally when they go on strike, they get struck out because baby,
when they tried to do the blackout,
striking by themselves.
Remember when they tried to do the blackout?
It depends on the entity though. It depends on the entity. If the powers that be in the it's probably easier to do it in the WNBA than anywhere else right now, because the powers that be in the WNBA more than likely make money off the WNBA. Okay, so if they feel like these players are going to go on strike, well, my money is going low. The NFL, shoot, they got money. They got money all over the place, so they can you can go on strike on the NFL, and NFL the owners can hold out because they still got money. WNBA owners don't have this money like that.
One last thing, let's really keep this 100 here. The most popular women's sport is tennis.
Right.
Why?
Because look who likes it.
No. Besides Serena, why is tennis so popular? Why will men watch tennis, but they won't watch women's golf?
Why? Because the short skirts?
Bingo.
Oh,
sex sells. And that's the reality. That's the reality.
Are you kidding me?
Let's keep it 100.
Tell me they don't watch tennis
we're gonna
because of the fine play.
So if WNBA put on lingerie and play,
you want the girls in the WNBA to play in lingerie?
You just made the point. No, I'm not saying that, but you just made the point, and what we've all said. These women hustle their behinds off. They play just as hard as the men. Why aren't we watching? I watch because I love basketball. It doesn't matter who's playing. But why isn't it the casual fan watching? I don't like tennis, but I watch women's tennis.
You can't
The
even hardly
Serenas,
see nothing.
the Serenas and Venus, they just helped. They drew me to the screen, and now I continue to watch because I support my sisters. But now when they're on, I'm turning. What time is the Wimbledon?
So when Martina Navratilova's on, you on
you watch women's
Maria
golf?
Sharapova, Serena.
You watch women's golf too, because they got them
No, I don't
short
watch
skirts too.
women's
They
golf.
got short
It's
skirts.
the same.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Not a lot of them.
No, they got
So-
the long.
So
No, they have
so
short skirts.
let's bring it back home.
Okay.
With the discussion on the table, why do you think Kyrie Irving made the comment he made about the respect for WNBA players by making a comment saying women run the world?
Number one, I think he's posturing himself
Exactly.
for after when he gets out of basketball. He's putting himself together, so he don't want to seem, number one, insensitive, sexist or anything like that to women's basketball. But I think he's posturing himself because his comment totally really made no sense at all. In regards to WNBA, women rule the world. I'm sorry, the WNBA is not the world.
I don't understand that comment.
Yeah, it's 8 million other things that are the world aside from the WNBA. So for him to make that comment, I mean, you could have said something like, man, the WNBA is great. I love the WNBA. I love watching WNBA. I love watching the players. They play good, solid basketball. You could have said all this other stuff. But you say they rule the world based off of somebody asking you a question about the WNBA.
So are women not capable of running the world, or is it because it's not written? Are we not capable of I know that's why somebody wasn't selected as president.
We gotta keep it in the basketball because that's where the question lies. Right gotta keep it in the basketball.
We only got 30 minutes left, so
we don't want to get into that. He say, she
that
say.
Question right there, that'll pull a whole bunch.
Go home tonight.
But no, it's in regards to what he says about the women in basketball. I mean, what's so bad about this? I'm trying to see what's so bad about.
And we got to look at another thing. Let's be honest. Most of them can't dunk. We get excited about dunks. We get excited about alley-oops and things like that. And a lot of them can't do that. Those are other aspects.
Now the truth is
that's another aspect to it. But that's true.
We're not exciting enough on the court.
A lot of that has to do with it too. Well,
that's what it is.
They can wear lingerie in football. I wouldn't watch.
You just summed it.
It's just the facts because I love going to watch fundamental basketball. That's why I teach my son. But everybody doesn't love that. People like the alley-oop dunks and people jumping out of the sky like the All-Star game. I don't watch the All-Star game. It's a waste of time. But it still gets a lot of ratings. And I don't know why, because they don't play any defense. No. All they do is jump around and they dunk. We all know you can jump all over the place. We know that already. But people still watch.
Fundamental basketball to you?
They use the glass a lot. They pass. They play team ball. It's not ISO ball. It's a lot of ISO ball and a lot of James Harden going on out there that I can't stand.
It's not running from one side. It's not running from one side of the court to the other, and you don't see nobody else. But
nobody else touch the ball.
When
you go watch the women games, you watch poetry in motion. You watch a beautiful brand of basketball.
Right.
When you're watching the good teams, because like any league, there are some bad teams out there that you watch. Oh, I'm turning this off. But
can I say that Wings?
No, the Wings are fun to watch. I've been to a bunch of their games. But and that has a lot to do with it too, and nobody will throw that out there. But those are facts.
Yeah, and look how they've changed up the way basketball played now. Is you don't play defense at all, like you said. You don't play. I can take a 1980s or 1990s team, early 90s, and put them up against any team in NBA right now, and they will win. Because those teams play defense.
I don't know about that.
Those teams play. I mean, I can take
about that.
I can take
run them a little bit.
I can take a Detroit Pistons with a Dennis Rodman and put Dennis Rodman on LeBron, and LeBron is not as good as he would be.
That's a negative.
No, that's a positive. That's
LeBron is
LeBron
6'9",
it doesn't matter.
260
but Dennis Rodman will get in his, and LeBron is a little baby, so he'll get in his ear and make him crawl all the time because he made Karl Malone crawl all the time, and
because
so LeBron wouldn't be
flopped to the ground all the time. But they have rules for that now. What the Worm used to do then, he can't get away with now.
No. Well, now you can't because now they play flag basketball.
No, you actually have to take a take a true charge. You can't get touched like this and go flop to the ground.
That's LeBron. Have you seen LeBron is 10-10, and you can breathe on him and go flying all over.
Because that's what the league does now. Everybody does.
Still though, you that big and you're gonna go fly all over the. He does cry a lot.
Let me add something to his statement.
Oh, we missed something.
He said, "Women run the world. That's just the truth about it. Whether men want to admit it or not, women run the world." He added, "They run the fashion industry, and they keep this thing going. they keep men whole.
Now,
it is what it is.
Had you said that in the beginning statement?
Oh, now we're gonna talk about it.
No.
Oh,
Had you said that in the beginning statement, but it still didn't have anything to do with the WNBA.
Right.
It has something to do with how women will number one, they can kind of control the man's pocketbook, dress him, keep him looking good. So in that sense, that's where that's coming from, about women running the world.
About her running his pocketbook.
He broke it all the way down.
I mean, shoot.
This is typical Kyrie Irving. They ask him.
LeBron ain't going out buying his own clothes.
He goes completely off the wall.
This comment is in regards to his respect for WNBA players, and I guess the players like Skylar Diggins, Liz Cambage, Candace Parker, Nneka Ogwumike, they do more. Like their offseason right now, Nneka is on air talking NBA. Skylar, even though she's pregnant, but before that, she was out there with her apparel, going to schools for to cheer up the kids and stuff. They do all this kind of stuff, and he comes out with his comments talking about fashion industry. They make men whole, and he did mention women make men whole.
Okay.
So he kind of expanded to me a little bit more than WN. He just saying women run the world.
Everybody got their own opinion.
Okay. I don't disagree with his last comment.
So we didn't ask you. What do you think?
Oh, just 4 quarters.
He's the moderator. He doesn't answer the question.
Oh, he doesn't answer the question. He just moderates. Okay.
That's called I'm chickening out. That's
right.
Y'all leave Professor alone.
No,
I don't have to answer that question.
Up in here. Okay.
No, seriously. In regards to his comments, this is what I believe in. I believe that men lead the world, but women is the biggest support system of men doing what they need to do in this world. If a man fails to do what he does, it's the reason why women run the world.
Whoa. Okay, let me take that comment.
Uh-oh.
Okay, say that one more time. Men lead the world.
Men are made to lead
the world.
Women are the biggest support system for men. If a man fails to lead or refuses to lead and becomes lazy, you have people like him that say what he say. Women run the world.
Let me take the comment. If a man fails to lead.
If he fails to lead.
Let's stop there. Just stop there. Just stop there.
There could be determining factors behind.
No, just stop there.
Okay.
Just stop there. If women are here to help man lead and he still cannot lead, is there something wrong with that woman?
Not necessarily.
Then how come he can't lead? He got a woman. How come he not leading? And
he's doing
and he's doing all. So it's never the woman's fault why he can't lead.
Because of his lack of wisdom.
It might not be lack of wisdom.
But you asked me a question.
Is it ever the woman's fault why he can't lead?
What?
Is it ever a woman's fault why he can't lead? Because you just said man is made to lead the world. A woman is made to support
the support system.
We know there are women in the Bible.
It was his fault. He chose.
We know there are women in the Bible.
Oh, he didn't let God bring them.
We know there are women in the Bible like Elizabeth in the Bible who God chose to have her to lead certain things because man refused.
I get that.
Lead.
I get that. But here's what we don't ever get to. You got a man that's doing his thing, and the woman ain't helping him. He's not able to do the things he's supposed to do because his helpmate is not helping. Do we ever talk about that?
What if a man refuses to to receive the help that the woman is giving him?
Forget that.
There's a whole nother scenario right there.
We getting off the subject. We getting off the subject.
No, we're not getting off the subject. You brought it up.
Yeah, we actually get off the subject. But here's what's never talked about in the circles that you need to talk about. This man is doing all he can do, and she ain't doing nothing. What do? Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to do that. You need to do that. No, he's doing it, but she's not. Can we say, okay, woman, how come you not? How come, woman, how come you're not helping?
Okay, well, a man could leave, but are you giving a woman a reason to follow you?
No. If you chose her, then her responsibility is too.
But see, sometimes the woman chooses. Sometimes the man chooses the woman, and the woman goes with it, and she be like, "Oh my God, what have I done?" You know what I'm saying? Because he's not even somebody that I can even follow. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you
because they put on that facade. You know, in the beginning, and sometimes we fall for those things.
We're gonna have to table this because this is a good one right here.
Yeah, this might be a he say she say
Yeah, this
question.
is a good one right here. This is a good one right here.
Yeah, I know we're going off course.
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
but I know
yeah.
we have other stuff to talk about, but
yeah, let's.
I mean, we could do it to be continued on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
because it's already 9:35.
Yeah, let's to be continued on this one right here.
Let's make that. Let's add that to the he say she say list.
Yeah, let's table that right there.